Hey, happy Homebrew Wednesday everybody. Nathan McKenzie here again. Hey, I have to apologise for being not on the scene for a couple of weeks. I've been busy with house renovations, as this Homebrew Wednesday is brought to you by and on the deck. So yeah, pretty well finished. I've still got a few renos to keep me busy, but we'll get there. So, cheers everybody. Oh. Hey, what I'm drinking here is my second attempt at the pale ale. This was going to be a smash beer, but I added 2 lots of grains, Marisota, a bit of crystal, and 1 hop Galaxy hop in there. Dry hopped it as well. It's turned out pretty good, actually better than my last one. The hops have stayed in there. This is about 5 weeks now, and it's tasting really good. I'm drinking really well. Not much going on for me in the brew front. What I have decided to do is only do 1 brew a month for this year, just because I've got a lot of stuff going on this year. I finally want to get this, we've been in the home that we're in now for just over a year, and we're just trying to get it to how we want it, you know, the gardens, landscaping and all the rest. Unfortunately, brewing has taken a little bit of a back step, which is a bit of a bugger, but I'll still be brewing. Saying that, all my grains and my yeasts and my hops have all arrived for my brew that I'll be doing the weekend, which is a clone of the Stone 15th Anniversary Imperial Black IPA. It's going to come in around 10.5%. It's a huge beer, big beer. I've never done a big beer like this before. It's massive. There is going to be around about 400 grams of hops going in. You know, just dry hopping. I've got 800 grams of hops just to dry hop this beast. It's huge. 8.5 kgs of grains. The yeast I've gone for is California ale yeast. The reason I've picked it is because it lets off a little bit of a fruity ester, which I think will suit the style nicely. What do I know? I'm just thinking outside the box here. And it's also alcohol tolerant, so up to 11-12%. So perfect for this type of beer. Excuse me. What else have I done? Yeah, I've made some Belgian candy. So I've taken a video of me making Belgian candy. Problem with taking a video when you haven't done something before, you're making mistakes on the camera there, so bear with. But I'll put that wee video on at the end there. You might find it entertaining, you might get something out of it. There, if you put Belgian candy into your search engine there and YouTube, there was a few guys that do a lot better job than me, but hey, you'll get a different take on things. Excuse me, needed that, that's great. Right, hey, that's me for this Homebrew Wednesday. Keep your Homebrew Wednesday videos coming, guys. I'll be looking forward to watching them, and I'll try to keep more regular at that 2-week break, so I do apologise for that. And also I want to thank, I've had a few new subscribers lately, so I'd just really like to thank you guys for actually following me, watching what I'm doing, seeing my mistakes. I hope you're learning from my mistakes. But anyway, I'm rambling now, so I'm going to go have some dinner. We're getting on to about 7:30 at night here in the deep south. We haven't had a summer, although it looks like a nice summer's evening at the moment. And I'm in a t-shirt, but it's not t-shirt weather. Right, looks so deceiving. Catch you guys, enjoy this video, then I'm going to protect to the end of this. Alright, catch you later, bye bye. Hey, how we going there? Nathan McKenzie here. Right, what you're staring at is the utensils and ingredients needed to make dark Belgian candy. So what I've got there is 1 kg of sugar, but some lemon juice is the acid to be using with it, a candy thermometer, and a whisk and a pot, obviously. So what I'll be doing first is adding some hot water to the sugar, just to get it all mixed in and dissolved, because it's pretty important to get it all fully dissolved in there before we can bring it up to the temperature we need to get going. So we'll come back to you once we've got the water in there and I'm all dissolved, ready to start heating her up. Alrighty, speak to you soon. Bye.
Okay, back with you there. Right, as you can see, the sugar is all mixed in, and now I forgot to film it, sorry. I added the lemon juice before it got too warm. That's just to break down the sugars, the acid there. Now, what I'm shooting for is around about 127, 130 degrees. Once I'm there, I'm going to hold it there. I want dark candy, so for about half an hour. Now it's going to continue cooking once it's finished. So once I've got I want a mahogany type colour. So once I'm a light to medium brown, that's when I'm going to I'll bring it up to the 175 for the hard crack, and then it'll be straight into my moulds. So I'll come back to you once we're up to temperature of between 127 and 130, and we'll go from there. Cheers. Bye bye. Right, Houston, we have a slight problem. My epoxy fish and pike range won't get this mixture up to 125, 127 degrees. The best I can get it to is 115 degrees. So I hope this will work. Hopefully it'll darken up, which it should do. But I'll come back to you once we see some colour and some change. Seems to be going alright. Yeah, we'll just have to see how this turns out. So stick with me. Speak to you soon. Bye. Right, back with you again. Well, miraculously, we are up to temperature. That's one of the things with doing this for the first time with a camera on you. When you make mistakes, it shows up on the camera. So basically, my first mistake here, which I made, is I used too much water to dissolve the sugar. That's why we took such a long time to get up to temperature. But we're at a 127 now, and so we're going to hold it there until I get the colour that I want, which is probably going to be 20 minutes to half an hour. So great. Once this has stopped looking pale and it's looking a bit darker, we'll come back to you. So I think I've been jumping all over the place with temperatures, so let me just clarify. You first, the temperature range you want to get in for the first stage, which is like the hard ball stage, is between 125 and 135. No, you don't want to go over 135. Basically, I'm going to shoot for 127 and hold it there, and go from there. What I'm concerned about is the hard crack. I've got to get it up to 150. So we'll have a go at that. But if it takes too long, I don't want to burn it. So we'll play that one by ear. Righty ho! I'll speak to you soon. Okay, back with you. We're 20 minutes in now. Now the temperature I've kept pretty good at between 130 and 125. My ring now, I've just turned that down to low, and it's holding at around about 127 pretty nicely. I'll come back to you in another 10-15 minutes once we see a colour change again. As you can see, we're quite a light brown colour now. So I'm after dark brown, so we'll see how we go. Alright, speak to you soon. Okay, we are now 70 minutes in from start to finish now. So this is a further 45 minutes from my last wee video. As you can see, we are has darkened up a lot. Now, not quite as dark as I wanted it, but it's getting late, and what I'm going to do now is I'm going to bring it up to temperature. I'm going to get it right up to what they call the hard crack, which is going to take it up to around about 150 degrees. So we'll come back to you once I've got it up to the hard crack, and then we'll be transferring it into silicon moulds. Right, speak to you then. This is taking way longer than I thought. Okay, in no time at all, we've hit the hard crack, I think it's called. Yep. So we're at the 150, so that's no bother there. So now we're going to be transferring into these lovely cupcake moulds, and then I'll be filling the tray up with cold water and a bit of ice there. So I'm not going to do this one-handed. We're messing around with molten lava, so I'll come back to you. What I'm hoping will happen is that we're quite a reddish brown now. It's not quite mahogany, but it's getting close. So it should continue to cook after it's in the moulds and get to that brown that I want. So yeah, fingers crossed. Right, we'll come back to you once they're in the moulds. Okay, we are in the moulds. Little silicone cupcake moulds. They'll do the trick for this. Now, I'm not going to cool it down. I'm going to let it cool down naturally. I was going to put water in it, but I'm just... It's a wee bit lighter than I want it, so I'm hoping it'll darken up as it cools down. That's the plan anyway. I don't know, I might be making a fatal mistake. Hey, if I am, I'll just do it again. But I think I'll be right to just let it cool down naturally. Alright, what I'll do is we'll come back to this once, in about 5 hours or so. Once everything's cool and they're out of their moulds. Okay people, I'll talk to you then. And there we have the finished Belgian candy.